A lot of service-based small business owners think more leads is the answer to their sales struggles, that they need new people to try to convert. But that's only one way you can go about booking out your calendar. And honestly, it's the hardest way. Because there is a way for you to book more clients without needing tons of new leads to sell to. And that other way is to follow up with the leads that you've already got. Hi, my name is Taylor, and I'm a small business marketing consultant and one of the founders here at Enji. And today I want to share my tips to help you warm up your leads who have kind of gone cold on you. And before we dive in, you're probably wondering, why might this be the right approach for you to take? Warming up cold leads versus going and doing another marketing push to get more leads. Well, if you've ever thought, I get inquiries, but not bookings, or no one on my email list is buying, or I send proposals and then things just go cold, then you're exactly who should be figuring out a way to better close the leads that you've got. But why am I, a marketing consultant, talking about something that feels a little bit more like sales than marketing? Well, that's because I know that you work really hard to get the leads that you get, and you don't have the energy or the time for more marketing. So here we are. But also, re-engaging cold leads is in that gray area between sales and marketing. So again, here we are. But when it comes to warming up your cooled off leads, it is pretty simple. You just have to reach back out. Really. That's what you need to do. It's what I used to do when my inquiries for consulting clients would go cold, and it's what any sales expert would tell you to do. But you probably aren't doing enough of it, like following up, for fear of feeling pushy, or maybe you're just not organized around it. Because one or two follow-ups that you're likely already doing just really isn't enough. Because people have busy lives and things get lost in the shuffle. Your potential clients are not sitting at their computers waiting for your response. Some of them are, but the majority of them aren't. But also, don't assume that a non-response is a no. And that's exactly why this piece of advice is so simple, because you're tapping out too soon when you should keep following up. But let's talk about what following up means more and how exactly you can warm up cooled off leads again. Because you're looking for more than me just telling you to follow up again, right? So let me show you what a re-engagement campaign might look like. And I'm going to pop into an Enji account to walk you through it. Enji's marketing campaign tool is a really great way to help you get organized around the things that you're going to do to warm up your cold leads. Now, you don't have to work from one of the campaign templates that you see listed here. Actually, this is a perfect example of one of the reasons why creating a campaign from scratch would be the thing that you want to do. So let me show you how to do that. You just scroll down to the bottom of this list, click Create Campaign from Scratch. And then for something like this campaign that we're talking about, which is just, a project or a push, we're going to pick the goal of increasing my number of leads. And then we're going to say that email marketing and social media are my channels. Then you can go ahead and click Create, and that'll give you the blank slate to work off of. But I already went ahead and created an example so that I could show you. You didn't have to watch me type things in. So in this example, you can see I have my lead re-nurture campaign, and I'm going to start on August 11th and run this through the 21st. And then I've built out the tasks that I'm going to do in order to make this campaign happen. And each one of them has a date, but let's run through what those tasks are. So the first thing that I would have to do is figure out who are my cold leads that I need to try to re-engage. Now, this is something that you are likely to be looking up either in your CRM or just in your email. And what I would personally do is then list out the email addresses right, of the people that I'm going to be reaching out to, and just, paste them all in here to keep myself organized, right? So that's what I would do as step one. Then step two would be to draft the follow-up emails that I'm going to send, because there's going to be more than one. And so in this task, this isn't how I would specifically use it, but I'm using it this way so that you have something to look at while I'm talking about this, because I know that one of the questions that is probably swirling around in your head is, okay, Taylor, but what do the emails say? So I wanted to give you some super basic examples that you can look at. So you can hit pause if you need a little bit of time to read them. But in general, the first email is sort of the friendly nudge to just pop back into their email inbox and let them know, like, hi, I'm still here. Then in the next email, you want to add some sort of value, right? Like, give them another reason to know, hey, this person is thinking about me and is really genuinely trying to help. And then the last email, I'll move my face so that you can see it a little bit better, would be sort of the, like, time to shit or get off the pot, just for lack of another saying, right? Like, making it clear that this is the last time that you are going to be reaching out to this lead and trying to get them re-engaged. Now, maybe you personally want to send more than 3 emails, but 3 is just what I'm mapping out in this example. So you'd want to go through the process of drafting these. Then I created tasks for myself to send each email, right? So I have one that's going out. The first contact I'll make on August 11th. Then the second contact I'll make on August 14th. And then the last contact via email I will make on August 21st. And the way that in my mind, the way my brain works, would organize this is this first follow-up email is going to go to everyone that I want to send the emails to. And then again, just for staying organized, I would go in and type out, again, who received this email, which really I would just be copying and pasting from this task. Then on August 14th, I would go and I'd see who actually replied to the first email and who didn't reply. And then the folks who didn't reply, then I would drop their emails in this task. So I know these are the people that I need to follow up with again, and then send that second email. And then the third email, same sort of routine, right? Go figure out who hasn't responded to the first or second email, and then make my short list of folks that need to get this third email. Document them here so I know exactly who got it, and then send them off. But the other thing that I've worked into this list of to-dos is to engage with these cold leads on social media. Now, this would work for the overwhelming majority of folks, right? If this feels awkward to you in any way, shape, or form because of the type of your business, then just don't do it. But if it doesn't feel weird, then absolutely you should be doing this, because you don't know and you can't assume that everyone is watching their email all the time. And I know you can't always assume that people are looking at their social media accounts all the time. But the point of this entire campaign is to warm them back up, to get them to re-engage. And so tapping them on the proverbial shoulder in more than one place is a really smart thing to do. So it's a pretty simple campaign that I would encourage you to set up. And these are the tasks. Again, you can hit pause and create this campaign and use everything that you see here to be the foundation of what you're going to do. But this is a great way to keep yourself organized. And then the other thing that I would really encourage you to do is to use this performance metrics section and set a target. So based on how many leads you've got that month that have gone cold, how many are you hoping to actually re-engage and turn into customers? So maybe you want it to be leads, maybe you want it to be more like new clients, whatever makes sense. Set a target and then track how many you're actually getting from this extra effort. And then the last thing that I will note here and encourage you to do is something on the strategy level. So if you pop back over into your strategy and scroll down to your email marketing channel, this would be the one that makes the most sense to me. But if you want to put it somewhere else, have fun with it. If you just want to go straight to your calendar and do it, again, no wrong way. But I went and created a new recurring or repeating task that's called lead re-engagement campaign. And I set it to repeat every month on the first day as a reminder so that I know, hey, I need to go and look at my leads who have gone cold recently and then lather, rinse, repeat on this campaign in order to get them re-engaged. And like I said, you can set this up under a marketing channel if that's how your brain works. If you have an objective in your strategy that makes more sense, then go ahead and you can add it there. Or the third option you've got is just to head straight to your calendar, click on a date, and then add the task there. But this is how Enji, or these are the ways that Enji can help you stay super organized and actually facilitate you warming up those have gone cold leads. The moral of this story, one follow-up isn't enough, and you can warm up your cooled off leads to get them re-engaged again. So think about running a campaign like this every month, which is going to be easy to do because you can use the same emails over and over again. Just don't give up on the leads that you worked so hard to get, and use your Enji account to help you stay organized as you do all of this work.